So guys, welcome back to the channel, touching down from Chiang Mai City in northern Thailand. Today we're going to talk about 10 things I've learnt from living in Thailand. The power of patience. Thais have a unique way of handling patience. I'm not saying that they don't get angry sometimes, but because they do, but compared to the West, they just handle patience a lot more. And after my time here, that's one thing that I've really realised and really helped, because where I'm from, England, I would say most of the West, we get agitated quite easy, hot-headed a lot as well. And Thailand, my time that I've been here, I've definitely seen and learnt just from how calm they are. They don't get hot-headed in situations. Of course, you see on the news where taxi drivers get out with a machete or something. That does happen here, and of course anybody can lose their temper, but a country as a whole, Thais just have a unique way of just being chilled, man. That importance of family. We all love our family, right? Wherever we're from, family is one of the most important things in people's lives. Without your family, you got nobody. But in Thailand, what I've noticed is family it comes before anything you do. You see families here all living together, aunties, uncles, children, like the whole family. Like back in the West, we've got our own family. We don't live with our uncles and our aunties, but you will see that here in Thailand, and that's one thing that I've really learned about, and maybe thought about my own mum more. And I don't call her as much, but makes you think that family is really important. Would I like to be that close to my family like they are in Thailand all the time? Probably not. That's one thing that is a lot different for me, because we come together at Christmases and birthdays sometimes, even now at Christmas time back home. My family hasn't come together for years. You just you do your own thing, maybe send them a text or a message. The importance of respect, how the Thais and their locals respect their elders, respect their country, and respect places like this. Tradition, temples, and religion is just something totally different from back home. I mean, I've talked before where I don't really see kids or anything acting up or being naughty in Thailand. I don't see it very often, man. Of course, kids are kids, and sometimes you can come across it, but in England, man, there's kids screaming everywhere and shouting. Here it just seems like there's more respect, and they're sort of brought up to know, don't do that. I wouldn't say that the parents and stuff are strong on the kids. Maybe they are at home, but it just seems like it's inbred in the people, and they just sort of know that's not how you do things here, and everything's sort of respectful. Saving face. The Thais always worry about their dignity and their reputation. It's probably the main thing in their lives. They just, they want to come across, they watch what they say, they watch what they do, because they care about what other people think of them. And I think they always want to act like they've got more money than they actually have, or they always want to look flashy. They don't want people to think bad of them. They don't want to do things that people would talk about them. That's what I'm trying to say. Where in the West, we probably don't care about that so much. The role of spirituality in Thailand. I think we all sort of know this one. Thailand is a Buddhist country, and it's a massive part of their life, doing their daily rituals and just going to the temples, and the holidays here, the festive seasons. That is something that's a lot different from back home. And probably when you get here, you're probably going to think, another holiday. We're going to touch on this a bit more on another one in a minute. But yeah, very, very religious country, and it's a massive part of their daily life. The homes here will have dedicated temple rooms, praying rooms, nearly every house you go into, or they'll have in the garden where they go and pray every day. So it's definitely a daily ritual. If you go to the temples here like every day, I mean, I go to a few temples here a lot, and you sort of see the same people there all the time. The young people, I've talked to a Thai person about this before at the temple when I asked about the young people, but I would say Thailand is still one of the main places where the young people stick to the traditions. Thai food is a massive part of the country's identity and the society, right? Again, they share food with the whole family. The whole family will sit down for meals, and probably that's one thing we lost back in the UK. I remember as a kid we used to sit down for meals and everything as a family. That sort of stopped when I got a bit older, and I think that's something we lost back home. Now, I always thought if I had children I would always make us all sit down for one meal together if I had a family. That's something I always thought that I would do, and I probably would. I know times have changed and now there's phones and everything, and you know, everybody has their meal in their own room. That's what it was like in my family's house when I grown up, where I'd go down and get me food, take it to me room on the computer and stuff. That's how life works now, right? But in Thailand, I think they still have that tradition of you eat together. The respect for the elders in Thailand, this is something that I learned straight away. I mean, from the UK, I'm going to reference the UK, so that's where I'm from. Of course we respect our elders, but again, we will be rude to them, and you know, they're not respected 100%. There's a lot of elderly people in the UK that are scared of where they live, the streets where they live, and I think in Thailand the kids and the youthful people would they would stop if they knew it was affecting an elderly Thai person. I think they would stop, whereas in England they probably wouldn't. And the elders, it's drummed into them from birth, I think, where you got to respect your elders more, and I really like that. Like sometimes I worry about my mum back home, because when I was growing up we had some trouble on the estate where we lived, where kids were telling elders to F off and chucking stones at windows and stuff. That just doesn't happen here, man. I don't think you would ever see that in Thailand, where they're just giving grief to elderly people, and elders, not just elderly, elders, older people. In fact, I can't ever recall where I've seen anything like that. That's a good point, actually, because in the UK that happens a lot. People getting grief on council estates and stuff. In Thailand, I can't ever imagine that happening, actually. I'm sure probably things do happen with loud music and partying, but that's maybe a little bit different. The importance of public holidays and festivals in Thailand. This is one thing that will probably shock you. We've touched on a little bit of this in the other ones before, but the amount of holidays here and festivals, I actually thought it was a joke when I first came here. I thought, what, again? And I still go to the temples now, and my friend who works there will say, yeah, it's Buddha Day again. And I thought, man, it was Buddha Day last week, right? So there is a lot of festivals and things going on here. And saying that, I read a Facebook post from one of the Chiang Mai groups the other day, where a Westerner was complaining about the amount of school holidays for their kid here. I was reading it, and there was a lot of comments on it. You could probably still see it, it's not very old. And I think it was the lady, I'm not sure where she was from, was saying, look, my kid's having too much holiday. They're never in school, man. They're never, I forgot what they said, 28, it wasn't 28 weeks they don't, it was something. They have a lot of time off, and it's just something to think about and something to get used to. You might want to go and do something and you realise, it's a holiday, it's not open today. A lot of things are open in Thailand on some of the holidays, but a lot of things aren't as well. And you can be planning things and go to places like I have done before. Doi Intanon I've been before and it's closed, and I haven't looked up, or you don't look and you think, it's another holiday, or you think there was an holiday last week and you automatically think, there's never going to be a holiday anymore. But if you look at the holiday calendar for Thailand, I've got one every year. There is a lot of holidays and traditions why people stop work or go to the temples. Superstitions. The locals, their whole life is around superstitions as well. Their rituals and things they do, and like little lockets they got and everything. It's all for superstition. Every day they will do things the same way or something for superstition. And yeah, that's something that I'm not used to at all. I wasn't really superstitious with things. I am a little bit now. Thailand has made me think more, open my mind a little bit more, I suppose. And the amount of ghost stories here, I've done ghost story stuff before. And, you know, locals won't go to certain places here because of stories and superstitions and stuff. And yeah, I just thought I would fit that one in, superstitions. Not going to go into that one too much because we've all got our own superstitions. I know when I was played football as a kid, I'd always put the sock on the left side first. And still now when I get dressed, I have to put my t-shirt on before my bottoms, if that makes sense. I just always have to. I've probably got some more superstitions as well, but I do always do that. And I'm sure there's a lot more. How I have my wallet and my phone in my pockets, that's definitely a superstition. I've always got to have my phone in my left side and little things like that. But Thailand, they've just got so many, probably a bit more meaning than my superstitions. But yeah, that's one thing that I've learned since I've been here as well. The amount of superstitions and why they do things a certain way. So I'm not sure even how many that is. I was meant to do 10, I've lost count. But whatever it is, we'll put it up, 7 things or 8 things, whatever it is. Just down at the old city here. This is the city that I come to. I've done vlogs here loads of times. This was the city before it got flooded, way back in the day. And they built the new Chiang Mai city. Chiang Mai meaning new city. So I love coming down here. And I love doing vlogs down here. It looks like they're doing a lot of stuff down here actually. There's a lot of building work going on because these old city ruins, temple ruins, they span all down here where we just was in one of the other ones as well. We was down here and they're doing a lot of work. Got Lucille down here, look. And yeah, this was just a little vlog today, guys, that I had wrote down. And yeah, I thought we'd come out and do it today. Winter time in Thailand. It's been cold the last couple of days. Got a bit of blue sky today, so it's a little bit better than it was yesterday. So I'm going to check out from this one. Hope you're all safe and sound as always, guys. And I will see you in the next one. So take it easy, man. Take it easy.